Primetime.
Primetime. What time is it? Showtime Primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
It's Thursday XLP. We're here taking you through the next couple hours. Here on the Superstation, I'm Matt Hayes. He's Leon Searcy. Joe C. off for his PGA Tour duties. We got JJ running the show. We got a lot to get into. From Trevor Lawrence, the quote-unquote trade rumors, to all kind of stuff in college football, to, if you can believe this, state legislators in the state of Georgia are trying to eliminate income tax on NIL earnings for players. Like we don't do enough for players, okay? We're going to get into that as well. But before we go any further, okay, I'm a little bit freaked out right now. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm a little bit freaked out about this. So Leon shows me this shirt yesterday that he was buying online, right?
Yeah, online.
It's a Sanford & Son shirt.
Yeah,
we were talking about Sanford & Son, and Leon said, look at this shirt I found, blah, blah, blah. Great. Everything's great. Next day, here we go. Leon comes up to me and says, that just showed up.
It did.
Now explain this to me.
I think we were talking to Bari, Dr. Bari, and he'd never heard of him.
Yeah, we were talking.
He never heard of the show.
He never heard of the show. Sanford & Son.
Yeah, so I remember that. Explain it for everybody.
So that in itself was a tragedy. Okay, it was a tragedy. I was greedy on that. He had no idea who Sanford & Son was. So while we're talking to Dr. Bari about the Sanford & Son, watching the show, I gently went on Facebook. Scrolling. Gently went on Facebook and scrolling up and down, and all of a sudden, this Fred Sanford shirt pops up.
Yeah.
And it's a classic. It's a classic shirt. It's Fred Sanford on the shirt. And
what are you trying to tell me right now, bro?
And he's showing he's giving the middle finger. And I told you right then and there when I saw it.
And I agree with all that. I would too. I would buy it too. But what are you trying to tell me right now?
I'm telling you right now that we're in a simulated reality called the Matrix, and you might as well get used to it.
You're telling me that you can actually talk about something, not search for it on your phone, but you can just randomly talk about something.
Yes.
And you're going to find it on a webpage somewhere or Facebook or
your phone
somewhere on social media.
Your phone is listening, bro.
Like you'll go to your favorite website and it'll be like a banner ad on the side about Sanford & Son, a T-shirt.
Absolutely.
Something you've probably never Googled before. But your phone just heard you talking about it. I don't know why you're shocked by this. It happens to me daily almost.
I'm not buying it. Matter of fact, you know why I'm not buying it? Prior to us coming on a minute earlier, I said I'm going to start talking about the Flintstones, all right?
I guarantee
you. So in about an hour and a half, I'm going to look, whatever. I'll open up any app and see if the Flintstones are there for me.
I'm guarantee you within the next 12 hours.
Flintstone vitamins.
Something's going to pop up Flintstones. And you know what you're going to do?
Let me tell you something. If something pops up in the next few hours and I'm at home, I might not be able to sleep tonight.
Stop it.
Smartphones.
Go back to switch. Listen, just go back to the flip phone. Get off the grid, all right?
I'm thinking about it.
Because you're on the grid, bro. You are. Your thoughts, what you think, what you say. Come on now.
It's social media is what it is.
It is, bro.
And that's a huge part of what we're talking about today. By the way, today is a Modelo Thursday. Is that correct, JJ? The Modelo yell? I'm not going to yell it, but there you go. Thank you.
Come on, man. Give us one.
Out there. Give me one, Leon.
Give me one. I got to bring from the diaphragm.
I think Joe would be proud of that, actually. I think Joe
that
would
was
be very,
so good.
Very proud of that.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so
I thought it was a bird dying at first, but you landed it.
It sounded like one of those dodo birds.
Yeah.
Which, oh, by the way, is another Flintstone reference. Okay, Flintstone. All right,
there you go.
Let's see what happens over the next few hours. So, speaking of social media, and you guys know that I always say it's the greatest, worst thing ever. Earlier today, there was a tweet from a guy who doesn't cover the NFL. Covers PGA golf. What city was he in, JJ?
I thought he covered Big Ten basketball.
I thought it was golf. It might have been both. Yeah. Whatever it was, he's not covering the NFL, okay? But
you find that offensive, don't you, as a journalist?
I do. Yes, I do, actually. Yeah. Because he's created a storm.
Yeah, I can feel the distaste.
All right?
Yeah.
So He tweets out that the Steelers have inquired about trading for Trevor Lawrence. Now, okay, it's dumb. It's not going to happen. But there's a vocal minority of fans out there who would like to see this franchise move on from a quarterback with 68 career turnovers in 60 games. Okay? We can talk about the what-ifs, even though new Jags OC Grant Udinski said today that he's jacked to work with Trevor and can't wait to get it started. And we'll play some of that audio for you and let you hear Udinski's thoughts on Trevor Lawrence. And the hope is, obviously, that Udinski can make the offense more schematically functional for Lawrence, and that the new GM and coach, Liam Cohen, can upgrade the offensive line. Of course, hope, everyone, is not a plan. That's another story for another time. Maybe this time, Leon, while we debate this fictional idea of trading Lawrence.
Yeah, ridiculous, but we'll flow with it.
We can fully comprehend, while we're doing this, how this franchise has colossally failed the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft. That's where this thing starts. Because the fact that some lunatic just tweets out something rando and the entire city goes sideways, the fact that we'd even be debating this kind of underscores the reality of they've screwed him over the last 4 years over in that building. They've made it much more difficult for him to succeed than to reach his complete and to reach his complete ceiling. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that. But, I was trying to look at it from the Steelers' perspective. That if this notion that Trevor Lawrence, because the Steelers do have quarterback issues right now. Because, both of their quarterbacks just happen to be free agents. You're talking about Russell Wilson and
not any good. Both of them not any good.
Right. And so the Steelers are saying to themselves, they're maybe a quarterback away. And they're in a division where they've got to tussle. They got to deal with Joe. They got to deal with Lamar. And then the Browns are either going to get maybe Shador or Cam Ward. So I'm saying Trevor is a commodity in their eyes, if there's any fact to this. Despite when you told me he had 68 turnovers.
68 turnovers and 60 career
He has 46 career interceptions. That means he's fumbled the ball 22 times, is what you're telling me.
That's correct.
That is terrible. Yeah, so I was looking at it from the Steelers' perspective because the Steelers, I think, in their minds, they're a quarterback away. They're in probably one of the harder divisions in the AFC. They know you got to go through Lamar and you got to go through Joe to win. And essentially, they crumbled in the playoffs once again under Tomlin. They're 0-5 in the playoffs again, and maybe they think they're a quarterback away. So, from the Steelers' perspective, I don't see that as something that would be outrageous because they need a quarterback.
Correct. From their perspective,
of course. But so that's the way I looked at it.
From the Jaguars' perspective, it's ludicrous, is what it is. But, and this is kind of the whole point I wanted to make about all this. This is a moment. When you see something like that on social media, which, again, is the greatest, worst thing ever, but when you see something like that on social media, this should be pause for everyone to realize just how horribly developed this cat has been since 2001. Just how dysfunctional this franchise has been in getting him to where he needs to be, despite paying him an extension worth $275 million. You're talking about, since 2021, they hired a college coach who's never been a professional coach, okay? Mm-hmm. Who never had any connections within the NFL to hire a staff that could have helped him, okay? Then you go to a former Super Bowl winner, which you think is going to be a great move, but the same dynamics that buried his tenure with the Eagles, the whole who's calling plays, he or Press Taylor, arises again in Jacksonville. And what looked good at once then deteriorates over a season and a half, okay? All along this 4-year journey for Trevor Lawrence, this franchise hasn't given him a functional offensive line, hasn't given him a consistent rotation of receivers. Year after year, who's coming back, who your receiver is. It's all been patchwork and plugging holes of a sinking ship with duct tape and spackle. That's all it's been, over and over and over. And it begins and ends with the draft, Leon. The draft.
Well, listen, we all know that you're a quarterback sympathist. We
I'm 100% a quarterback sympathist because,
you are,
because the quarterback is everything to a team.
Because I'm asking you this. How many toys does he need to play with?
Yeah, they overpaid for Kirk. They got Ridley. They drafted Brian Thomas Jr. Very high.
Trevor's been given toys to play with.
We're going to go over this, okay?
Like, I know the O-line sucks, but
we're going to go over this, okay? Hang on. We're going to go over this, all right? I want to get into this.
No, because I always want to say this to you, is that I can't wait for Trevor to get everything he needs so there will be no more excuses for his failed play.
Okay. Let me just say this to you, okay? If you select a quarterback number 1 overall in the draft, it's your duty to do everything you can to put pieces around him so he can reach his ceiling.
I agree.
If you sign him to a $275 million extension, it's now fiscally reckless to not do so, to not do everything you can do to help him.
Well, let me ask you this question. How is it that Joe Burrow can do it? How is it that Joe Burrow finds a way, despite having a patchwork offense line who's terrible? Yeah, you can talk about Joe. You can talk about that.
I mean,
but listen.
Plus, it might be a Patrick offensive line, but it's better than the one here.
When it comes down to it, he does not get. It didn't. The defense this year failed him, and they were still one game away from making the playoffs. So how is that Joe, who was the number 1 pick overall?
Well, he's a better player.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Okay, so I'm not done yet. Okay,
all right.
Because I want to get in this, and we're gonna come back from break up because I want to get into this deep with the draft, and I want to prove to you guys that what they've done to help him has been minimal at best. And the reality is, they were in a once in a franchise type situation where you have a quarterback that people were comparing to Andrew Luck, a quarterback that everyone says was a quote unquote generational, was a kid who could not miss. A guy that would go in and take a team to playoffs and maybe even a Super Bowl. So if you're at that point and you get this break with Frank Gore catching that third down pass and getting you the first overall pick, if the stars align for you, Leon, okay? The stars align for you and you are going to get this kid who looked phenomenal in college. Looked like can't miss, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. If the stars align for you, you have to do everything you possibly can from the jump with every single draft. I know you try with free agency, but all free agency is just making up for mistakes in the previous drafts. You have to do everything you can within the draft. In other words, draft correctly. Draft the right guys, draft the right positions. They didn't. That's what we're going to get into, okay? That's what's been so reckless about what they've done with Trevor Lawrence.
Listen, I've only seen Trevor Lawrence play a back 9 in his whole career. That's it? That's it. He's played one back 9. Everything else has been subpar at best. Bogeys, doubles. I know Joe would appreciate all this right now, commentary.
He would.
Yeah. So I'm just telling you, I've seen one back 9 from Trevor Lawrence in his career. That's all.
He's got some bad clubs, and he's playing on a bunch of goat tracks.
See, there you go with them excuses. You make up. Now he's on the bad course now. Huh?
All right, we need to go to break. I want to. When we come back, I'm going to get deep into the idea of how this franchise hasn't helped him, Trevor Lawrence, with the draft, and we want to take your thoughts on this. You're on the text line 641-1010, brought to you by our good friends at Lifetime Enclosures. Tell us what you think about a potential trade. Would you do it? We're not even going to put out a scenario about what you're going to get for him. 2 1s, whatever it is. Would you trade this guy if the right deal is given to this franchise? Would you trade Trevor Lawrence? That's the whole thing. All right, come back. We're going to get deep into this on the other side. It's XLP.
You know Dan Hicken.
Your reputation precedes you. You are like a legit legend around here.
And you know Jeff Prosser.
There's no need to be competitive.
They are the drill.
For there's nothing more to gain than what you already have.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
An ACL tear can be a devastating injury with prolonged pain and rehabilitation. Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari. I'm a sports medicine orthopedic surgeon who grew up right here in Jacksonville and then went on to train with the world-renowned Dr. James Andrews. At Bari Orthopedics, we use the most current techniques to get you back in the field with less pain and quicker rehabilitation. We treat all types of sports injuries with the newest techniques available. Please call us for consultation or visit BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too. From Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, rolling lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Guys, Valentine's Day is coming. Don't run out of time. Jacksonville Flower Market on Beach and Southside has fresh, beautiful flowers she'll love. Mention radio to get 10% off. They'll even customize the bouquet so it's unique to her. Jacksonville Flower Market on Beach and Southside.
One of the best things about being on the First Coast is standing at the center of the golf world.
Yes, it is.
Brunch with a tour.
Tour news, tips, and inside info. Brought to you by
Clearwater Irrigation. 8:30 Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Pella Windows and Doors. Look, it's kind of cooling down right now. I love opening my windows up this time of year. If you're looking to upgrade your windows in your home, I want you to visit the Pella showroom on Phillips Highway. Ask about their latest hurricane and impact-resistant windows and doors, rated #1 by Consumer Reports in all 3 main window categories. You want quality, style, and protection? Visit PellaJacks.com and the showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. That's Pella Windows and Doors online at PellaJacks.com.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
I-9 Sports invites parents on the First Coast to log on and check out what they can offer with sports year-round. Spring and summer registration open right now, and with ages 3 to 7, there's something for everyone. i9sports.com, enter 1010 in the promo code, and get your kid in the game.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water, but you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and I tell you what, you got something really cool coming up. A Triumph Off-Road Day. Give us all the details.
We do. It's February 22nd. It's at North Florida Motocross Park up in Hilliard. We're going to be there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. doing demo rides. Bring your gear and come ride a Triumph dirt bike.
And that means you can find out everything that Triumph has to offer off-road.
Absolutely. We will have the 250 and the new 450 ready to ride.
Check it out. All the details are on Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
Picking here for Bout 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bout 9. Visit Bout 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bout 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you be active, reach weight loss goals, and find your inner strength while you connect with your community. Family memberships at the Y include unlimited group exercise classes, childcare while you work out, and youth sports participation. It's easy to join the Y and affordable for all. Plus, the Y is a great place to meet a new circle of friends. Visit the Y near you or online at fcymca.org.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool. On 1010XL.
I love this. Like Leon's peppering me with what ifs. What if you got 2 ones in a second? If you sign Matthew Stafford for a couple years.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that. I was thinking that if you get a 1 and a 2 and maybe another 1, and you sign Matthew Stafford and draft your quarterback, let him develop for 2 years, and then you roll with the punches.
I love it. I love all these what ifs. It's XLP. It's a Thursday. Joe C's off his PGA Tour duties. I'm Matt Hayes. He's Leon Searcy. JJ's making it all sound perfect.
Yeah, I did find out the guy who started all of this, which thank you for the content, sir. Ryan Burr, at Ryan Burr with 2 R's. Steelers have made inquiries to the Jaguars about a trade for Trevor Lawrence. This directly from the horse's mouth in the Jags organization.
Wait. Directly from the horse's mouth.
And then since then, we've gotten a lot of other reports that are like, that's complete BS. They didn't even talk to the Jags. But I found out this guy, not only is he a Big Ten hoops guy, which I originally thought, he is also a PGA Tour Live guy.
I thought that.
Probably
Which
a friend
is Joe.
of Joe.
Yes, of course he is. Joe, is that his PGA Tour Live duties right now, actually?
So he's moonlighting? Is what you're telling me?
Yes, he's moonlighting. Everything he's been tweeting about is the Steelers.
Wait 1 second, okay? Since we're talking about the Sanford and Son shirts and how the phone can hear everything, and I'm saying Flintstones every other second to see if this thing works, is it possible Joe is Ryan Burr?
Is it possible Joe is what?
I've never seen them both in the same room.
Joe truly is this Ryan Burr guy.
No. Not Joe.
Trying to get rid of
Trying to
Trevor
run Trev out of town. By the way, text line brought to you by Lifetime of Closures. You guys are, I knew there would be a few of you that said run him, get rid of Trev. Man, it's getting nasty on
more
the
than
text
I
line.
thought there would be.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too, bro.
Nasty on the
I
text
didn't understand there was that much vitriol from Trevor.
I would trade Trevor in a heartbeat.
It's weird. If you go on Twitter, it's the opposite. Everyone defends Trevor on Twitter, but on our text line, it's
my God, it's not good. It's
hard,
not good,
bro. I'm looking at some hardcore stuff.
But that's kind of my point. Like I said earlier, it's a vocal minority that would like to see the Jags move on from him. And I think it's more than you'd think, believe it or not. And I'm not, and believe me, I am the guy. You guys say I carry Trevor's water, and that's fine. I don't care. I think they haven't done enough to help him. So I get the frustration of everybody out there. If you've got a number 1 overall pick and he has 68 turnovers in 60 career games, if you don't at least say what the hell is going on, what are we doing wrong? What is he doing wrong? How do we make it right? And if none of those 3 can be addressed, cut him loose.
And he can't stay healthy. Remember that. But
He's had some injury issues.
Yeah, he's had some issues. Some of it is of his own, and some of it lack of protection, and receivers' lack of ability to get separation, hold on the ball too long. Yeah, so I mean, where was I'm still trying to figure out where was back 9 Trevor when he went 12-1 going into the playoffs. That was the best Trevor we had seen.
Dude, he was a badass.
Bro, he was tearing up the NFL.
He was playing like a top 10 quarterback.
Absolutely. The wins against the Raiders, the Cowboys, the comebacks,
the Ravens.
I mean, that's good, Trevor. That's what
people were talking about Super Bowl for this franchise.
Yes.
And MVP for Trevor.
Mm-hmm. Now he did show his hands and his cards again in the playoffs. Now he threw 4, but he came back
but he got back.
He came back, bro.
He got it back and actually had him in position to beat the Chiefs too. But
yeah,
that's
the guy I'm looking for. I'm looking for the guy. I'm looking for the guy after the Chiefs game is in the tunnel with his hands out, slapping everybody like we'll be back. That's the guy. That's the guy I'm looking for.
All right, so let me explain that to you then. So last segment I told you I wanted to explain why I thought this ridiculous notion of the Steelers. What did the guy? What was the narrative that he said, JJ? He said it was from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, straight from the horse's mouth from the Jags organization. This directly from the horse's mouth in the Jags organization. All caps, wow.
Was it like the South Alabama Jaguars or the Jacksonville Jaguars?
At Jaguars.
So my whole point was this nonsense should allow us to sit back and actually analyze what this franchise has done for them, how dysfunctional they've been and how it has affected him. So here's my point. If you are going to pick a guy, number 1 overall in the draft, a quote-unquote generational guy, a guy that was compared to Andrew Luck, the best quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck, a can't-miss quarterback in the league, you're going to do everything you can to put pieces around him to help him. You have to. It's not even all right, we should, or maybe we should try this. No, you have to. It's just there's no other choice, okay? So hang on now. I want to go over these drafts, okay? Mm-hmm. And I want you to hear these drafts. And I want everybody out there to hear these drafts. And you tell me if this franchise has done everything it possibly could to help this cat reach his potential, okay? He's drafted in 2021. If you have the number 1 overall pick in 2021, you've also got a high pick in second round, a high pick in the third round. You've got 3 picks in the first 90-something picks of the draft, okay? In 2021, they did select a receiver for him. Jalen Camp in the 6th round. Okay? Mm-hmm. In 2022, no wide receiver drafted. In 2023, Parker Washington drafted in the 6th round. In 2024, when they finally realized, hey, we should probably put a piece around this guy to help him, they get Brian Thomas Jr., who's now one of the best receivers in the league after 1 year. 1 year. Hello? I'm not done yet.
All right.
In that same stretch, okay? In 2021, again, when you pick him, you think the 2 pieces I'm going to put around him immediately are offensive lineman and receiver, right? You would think that's what you would do as a franchise, correct?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
So we've already established they picked Jalen Camp in the 6th round of 2021 at receiver. In 2021, they chose Walker Little in the 2nd round. Walker Little, who missed the entire pandemic season because he sat out and then had a bad knee the year before. All right? So you literally took a chance on a guy who hadn't played in 2 years. To put on the line for your number 1 overall generational, as good as Andrew Luck selection. In 2022, for your number 1 overall generational, as good as Andrew Luck player, you pick Luke Fortner in the 3rd round. Doesn't even play anymore. In 2023, you realize, okay, our left tackle is an idiot. He's going to be suspended. So now we have to pick a tackle. They were forced into picking a tackle in 2023, okay? They took Anton Harrison. He's played okay. He's played okay, right? Jury's still out, but played okay.
Yeah, he played all right.
All right.
He's all right.
And they also took Cooper Hodges in the 7th. We love Cooper Hodges. In 2024, when they were flipping desperate for offensive linemen, desperate, they took Javon Foster in the 4th round. Didn't play. So don't tell me that Trevor Lawrence has been put in position to succeed here, because he hasn't. And don't tell me about free agency and how, they picked up Christian Kirk and they got
that's where I was going.
Evan Ingram's a really good player.
That's exactly where I was going.
Christian Kirk, when healthy, is a really good player. Okay? But after that, a lot of misses.
Bro, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram.
What was I distinctly remember us. I distinctly remember us. Hang on. I distinctly remember us arguing about Calvin Ridley not even knowing the plays.
Yeah. We found out later.
They couldn't even throw to him because he didn't know where he was in the field.
I know. We found out later that he wasn't, he didn't
don't act like that everyone wasn't crazy pumped about Ridley and how this is going to be a game changer for Trevor.
By the way, another guy who hadn't played in 18 months, Calvin Ridley, okay? Just by the way.
Yeah, but you brought him in to help Trevor.
Right, but you also could have, again, this goes back to my whole philosophical thing. It's a philosophical decision. They make the wrong philosophical choice every time. Because, yes, of course, you could have signed Ridley. You also could have signed a wide receiver in the draft. You also could have picked a wide receiver in the draft.
Well, let me ask you this question, all right? With Patrick Mahomes, with a healthy Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, Evan Ingram, you think you could do something with him?
Sure.
Okay, then what the hell's wrong with Trevor? I say healthy.
Well, I mean, look at the Chiefs' offensive line. Even that those two bad tackles.
You're trying to
that
propose
offensive line
to
is
me
still
that
way
these guys were just has-beens.
No. I said Evan Ingram's a terrific player.
Okay.
You know me. I love Evan Ingram.
Okay, Evan Ingram.
All right. Christian Kirk, when healthy, is a good player. He's missed how many games in the last 2 seasons?
He's
12,
missed a lot.
13?
He's missed a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, Calvin really did have a 1,000-yard receiving campaign
you
and
cannot,
a touchdown.
You just can. There's no way. You, the collective, not you. There's no way you can say that Calvin Ridley was a good signing for this team. There's no possible way.
Did the man?
The guy wasn't even running the right routes.
Bro, did he have 1,100 yards? Bro?
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah, 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. He wasn't always running the right route. I can't promise you that. I'm just saying that the man, if he runs a 9 route,
I can't promise you he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. But
if he's running the 9 route, he's going to get it done most of the time. I can't write a check for him every day. It's going once. A couple are going to bounce.
All right, we're gonna get deep in this because I'm annoyed by it, and I know you're annoyed at me, which is good. That's what Sports Radio is all about. All right, we need to go to break because we're going to come back and we're going to talk to Lee Smith over at the TPC. We're going to talk about the players coming up quickly. Come back on the other side. It's XLP.
Tired of a plain and boring backyard? Stonecore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop choice to beautify your home. With pavers, stonework, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, pergolas, and driveways. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Mia here. Stop everything and get in on the big-time savings during the President's Day weekend sale going on now at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Like $0 down and just $288 per month for a pre-owned 2022 Toyota Corolla. Or you choose a pre-owned 2021 Camry, RAV4 or Tacoma for $0 down and only $388 per month. Plus, no payments till July 2025. Shop Arlington's President's Day sale now through Monday on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter mile east of 295, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Pickett here with my concierge doctor, Richard Townsend. Doc T, how does a concierge direct primary care operate?
We are a membership-based primary care made directly between a patient and physician. We'll have a limited amount of patients that allows us to give unlimited access and personal service to you. This individualized approach has been shown to lower hospitalizations as well as maintain healthier lives. We also give 24/7 access via phone to me outside of our scheduled office hours.
To learn more, go to mypvconcierge.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 13, 1990, Larry Bird of the Boston Celtics ended his NBA free throw streak of 71 games as he missed his 4th attempt in a game against the Houston Rockets.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here from the Blue Crab Crab House. February means the Mardi Gras menu returns to the Blue Crab Crab House. Gumbo, shrimp Orleans, blackened redfish, appetizers, dessert, and more. This includes, of course, the regular menu where you get crabs from the Alaskan waters, the Canadian waters, the Southern Georgia waters. It's only at the Blue Crab Crab House. Doors open at 4:30, San Jose, and of course, Jewington Creek Road.
If you're cooking for your sweetheart this weekend, Southern Steer Butcher has you covered. An easy-choose Valentine's Day special menu with the best meats in town. Full V-Day flyer at southernsteer.com.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Roses are red, violets are blue. A broken pipe? That's no way to woo.
This Valentine's Day, don't let plumbing or HVAC problems ruin the romance. Whether it's a leaky faucet, a backed-up septic tank, or a heater that's colder than your ex's heart, Duck Rooter is here to save the day. Our expert team will fix it fast and at a fair price, so you can get back to the love you deserve. When you're stuck, call the Duck, 904-862-6769, or online at duckduckrooter.com.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
1010XL is presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, we're back on XLP. Matt Hayes, Leon Searcy, Joe C. He is working the Genesis tournament today on international TV for the PGA Tour. Well done, Joe C. So here's the deal with this. As we're getting ready to bring on Lee Smith of the Players Championship, we're going to break down the tournament here. The beautiful thing about what we're talking about, Leon, with Trevor Lawrence and the proposed trade, which has led to my diatribe about this franchise has done nothing to help him reach his ceiling. The beautiful part about everything is it can change now. It can change right now. It can change right now with an entirely different thought process in that building. And that's why when you guys laugh at me when I say no, there can be no holdovers from the previous staff. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You might like Balky secondhand man, right? You might like who he is. He might be this great guy, and he might deserve to interview. He's got the funk.
Mm.
I don't want any kind of connection to the past. I want full bore, brand new.
I agree.
Let's have a new vision of what we're doing.
Listen, 15 and 17 and 22 games. Yeah, everybody deserved to go. But what I want to ask you is,
including Ethan Waugh.
I agree. I have no problem with it.
He's part of that 5 and 17.
Yeah, he is.
Any way you look at it, he is part of that 5 and 17.
Well, I mean, then you could be talking about the kitchen and the training staff too. I mean, you trying to get rid of everybody?
About players too. Yeah, I think absolutely players should be let go.
No,
yes.
I'm just saying.
Are you keeping Brandon Scherf?
No. What I'm saying is, you want to be. Everybody is inclusive in your argument. You the towel boy got to go.
Nobody. All I'm telling you is nobody's safe in my argument.
All right. Okay. I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's what I'm gonna ask you.
Do you want to win?
Yeah,
do you
want to
win, or you want to be like 4 and 13?
I want to win.
Okay.
Okay. So what is it about? Let me ask you. So the Jaguars go and bring Trevor Lawrence, a Super Bowl winning coach.
Okay.
A guy who's had success with quarterbacks and winning, sort of say.
Yeah. It worked early.
And it worked. It worked early.
It
worked in the back nine. The back nine.
Well,
the latter part of 2022.
Right, but that was the first season, so it took a little bit.
Took
and
a
then
little
they
bit.
got hot, and then boom,
they got hot.
Away you go. Yeah.
So we have a much more inexperienced staff that's coming on board now. Now we just let go of a Super Bowl champion coach, and now we have a less experienced staff coming in here. And at one point, do you just not say it just could be Trevor?
Okay.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of blame going on. There's a lot of mudslinging going on with not drafting here, and Calvin Ridley was terrible, and this guy, the offensive line was this. And Walker, I know it was hard for me to defend him, trust me. So you got a lot of mudslinging by Matt Hayes going on. At what part do you just say, hey, it just might be Trevor?
Okay. All right, we are going to get into this because we got Lee Smith right now. But I'm telling you right now, we're going to get into this. This is because there's so much more to this than just simply saying it's got to be the quarterback. Because you can blame the quarterback for a lot of things, and I have. And 68 turnovers is unacceptable. Period. Full stop. Mm-hmm. But we'll get into that. Okay. Right now, let's bring on Lee Smith from Tournament Players Championship. Lee, good afternoon. How are you?
Doing well, Matt. How are you today?
We're doing great, man. We're doing awesome. We're about a month out. What's the process like right now over there?
Well, we're finishing up the build. dotting the I's, crossing the T's, signage, food and beverage, all of those types of things, still finishing out, still tickets available, those types of things. But, where it fits with you guys, I think, is we're excited, now that this Kansas City Chiefs three-peat thing didn't happen, we've kind of got our own three-peat on the horizon. Matt and Leon with Scotty Scheffler for the first time.
That's right.
PGA Tour event hasn't been won 3 times in a row by a player, I think, in about 15 years. So to have it possibly happen, or to have the chance for the number one player in the world to do it right here is certainly provided us some excitement leading into the tournament only 4 weeks away.
Lee, it's funny you brought that up, because as a player, I mean, as much as as phenomenal as Scotty Scheffler is, as a player, I mean, you can't have that, can you? I mean, that's got to have some momentum by the golfers coming in to make sure he does make that happen.
Oh, I think you're right, Leon. I think there's, number one player in the world. People know what to expect. But at the same time, when you've got past champions, here like the Ricky Fowlers and Rory McIlroys and Justin Thomas that have won here before, not only are they gunning for the golf course, but I think you're exactly right. I think they don't want to allow a three-peat to happen, especially at a tournament of this caliber.
Hey, Lee, so Scotty is healthy right now? I mean, it's there's no doubt he will be ready to play in the tournament?
Yeah, I think you saw a little bit of trending, probably a little bit of rust. Hayes, you saw, or Matt, you saw last week at Waste Management. He kind of caught fire there on the final round on the front nine, and then kind of lost it coming on the back nine. But you saw, I think him trending pretty well. So give him another 4 weeks. He'll play Genesis this week. Certainly play Arnold Palmer Invitational right before us. So he's got a couple more events to. And last year he won API and then won us the following week. So, I think he's healthy. I think he's just kind of, getting back to where he can put the practice reps in that he's used to. And then obviously have the same preparation tournament week leading into some of these big events like, the Genesis Invitational this week and then us coming up in 4 weeks.
Now, Lee, I'm a bit of an underdog rooter. Is there a dark horse right now that someone's that's been playing pretty consistent that can make a run at the Players?
Well, I'll tell you what, the impressive nature of the Belgian last week, Thomas Dietrich, certainly was super impressive to beat a field at Waste Management by 7. The excitement of the PGA Tour so far this year, Leon, is we had Hideki Matsuyama from Asia and Japan win first week. Sepp Straka from Austria has won. Nick Taylor from Canada has won. There's been a winner from each country that maybe aren't household names, but are top 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 players in the world that will all be here. So you take names like that and international players, you start to see, Victor Hovland is starting to trend a little bit better. We've got a local player, Ludwig Aberg from that's local here, moved here, that is a young up and coming player and played on the European Ryder Cup team last year. So there's that's the great thing about the Players Championship is the 144 players all start at scratch on day one, and this golf course draws out the best in everybody.
We're speaking with Lee Smith, Executive Director of the Players Championship. Lee, I feel like this is like an annual thing, and we do it because we all hope, and that's all we got is hope at this point with Tiger. Is there a chance he plays in the Players?
Yeah, I think there's always a chance, Matt. It's one of those things that like we always say, Tiger moves the needle, is the needle. Whenever he comes, it's been a long time since he's played here. Unfortunate with the passing of his mother and him not feeling like, physically or emotionally that he was ready to play at his tournament at Genesis this week. I think that only provides, more speculation that leading into that tournament up in Georgia in April, that he'll want to put some tournament reps under his belt before that. And so certainly there's always hope, but a healthy Tiger Woods is best for the game of golf, and certainly we would welcome him with open arms and prepare accordingly.
Hey, Lee, talk about any ticket packages still available, and of course parking. Any new plans for parking this year?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. We actually just announced today that all of our suites on 17 are sold out, which is the first time 4 weeks in advance that we've been able to say that. So that's certainly a milestone that we want, out in the marketplace, so people know that, hey, act fast, because tickets and packages like that are going fast. Still some available. On number 16, left that still have a very good view of 17. Our stadium passes Friday, Saturday. If you remember, Saturday we sold out a couple days in advance. So, still encourage people to go to theplayers.com/tickets or Ticketmaster for the players to get their tickets now before there's a sellout. Parking, Matt, is always is one of those things. We just encourage people to come early. The good news about our parking is that we can park 8,000 cars on site, and that's actually more cars than can park in the lots directly adjacent to Everbank Stadium for, just for perspective. Right. But the curse of that, parking 8,000 cars on site, is that there's only one way in and one way out. And, as you know, if you come at 10 o'clock, come at 11 o'clock, it's liable to be a little bit slower. So we encourage people to come early. That being said, we do have our shuttle program from Nocatee. We do have our bicycle lots. We do have rideshare presented by Visit Jacksonville, as well as our golf cart lots. So if close proximity allows, or throwing your bike on your car and riding it in those last couple miles will certainly help the opportunities. We're expecting big crowds. I've put everybody's responsibility for good weather, so hopefully all that comes to pass.
I mean, we are literally 1 month from today from the first round, correct?
Yeah, for exactly 4 weeks. Yep.
Yeah. What? Before you let you go, what's stressing you right now? 1 month out, anything?
I think the things really are the two things that we don't control. That you probably worry about the last month or so, and that's the weather and the leaderboard. We were fortunate last year to have the number one player in the world win the golf tournament, but at the same time have the reigning U.S. Open champion, the reigning British Open champion, and the reigning Olympic champion all had putts on 18 to tie and send it in a playoff. So what better drama here at 17 and 18 at TPC Sawgrass could we ask for? So, we've got our fingers crossed for great weather, and obviously a great leaderboard the week of the tournament. But those are the things that you can't control. So we're preparing for everything in hopes that we don't need it. Like I always say, if everybody's got their rain suit handy, and we practice all of our weather scenarios, we won't need them. So fingers are crossed for that.
Awesome, fantastic. And look, we look forward to talking to you every week till the tournament. Right? Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for having us. Thanks for the support.
Sure. Thank you, Lee. Lee Smith, the executive director of the Players Championship. Such a great event, man.
Love it.
The rain is terrible, but the cold is the problem. Like a couple years ago, it was really cold.
Yeah, but we're trending now to it's just starting to heat up now.
Good.
A little bit.
I'm all right with that.
Okay.
I'm all right with that. All right, we have a couple tickets to give away, right, JJ?
We do. So Tuesday at the Players, they have a concert, and it's a big event, and so it's always fun to go. We have 2 tickets for Tuesday at the Players, so be caller number 4 right now at 641-1010.
And real quick before we go to break, who's the concert? Have they announced that yet? Did I just put you on the spot?
Yes, it's a country artist.
All right, good. Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
I was told earlier today by Lauren Brooks that I totally forgot.
All right, we'll come back and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
We're also going to get, the text line is just absolutely going crazy. Absolutely going nuts about it. And I knew it was a vocal minority of people that wanted him out.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was this vocal. I didn't know it was this vocal.
We're talking about Trevor.
About Trevor.
Jordan Davis.
Yes.
Jordan Davis will be performing.
He is good.
So
That's
be caller
not
number
the
4
same
right
Jordan
now.
Davis Eagles defensive
No.
lineman, by the way. No. Caller number 4 is going to get those Tuesday tickets. Come back on the other side. It's XLP.
Play-by-play just makes everyday life better.
I did not see this one coming.
Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL, Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scottie Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Did you know your pup could take 30,000 to 60,000 steps a day at Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard? That's a whole lot of tail wagging fun with their best furry friends. At Dogtopia, they turn playtime into exercise, learning, and socialization in their off-leash, open play environment. Dogs build confidence, reduce anxiety, and stay happy and healthy, all while having the time of their lives. Visit Dogtopia of Jacksonville Beach Boulevard today.
These days, we do everything from our phones. That's why JEA's app lets you manage your utility services anytime, anywhere. Whether you want to view your account, pay your bill, sign up for programs, or check the outage map, you can do it all right from the app, when and where it's convenient for you. Because we want to make doing business with us as quick and easy as possible. Download the free JEA app from the App Store today. JEA, your community, your utility.
1010XL celebrates African Americans who positively impacted the First Coast. I'm RJ Saunders, and I'll share Black History Month stories with you throughout February. Black History Month on 1010XL is brought to you by Instant Keys and McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to DreamfindersHomes.com for more details.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren here for Big Chief Tire. Tax season is the perfect time to invest in your vehicle. Use your refund to tackle overdue tire replacements, brake repairs, or routine maintenance. Big Chief Tire's skilled technicians ensure every dollar counts, keeping your car running strong. With 5 convenient locations around town, fair prices, and trusted expertise, they've got you covered. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule an appointment today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
We don't have too many cold nights on the First Coast, but when the temperature drops, you want to hit the heat button and warm up. That's where Florida Home comes in. They're the AC experts in Jacksonville, and the importance of keeping your heating system in good working order is really important. If it stops working when it gets cooler, Florida Home will leap into action and provide you with the best solution. Heater and heat pump repair service and new system installation. They do it all. Just call Florida Home AC at 777-4300, the official heating and AC partner of the Jaguars.
I'm Max Fink here with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. The Magic have suffered a lot of injuries since the start of the season, creating a mix-up of different personnel playing together each night. As they get healthy and starters and role players take the floor together, they're also getting back in the groove of getting their chemistry back. Wendell Carter Jr. compared it to the beginning of the season playing as a unit after last night's 102-86 win over the Hornets.
What we said when they came back is going to be kind of similar to training camp. You know what I'm saying? Like we only played about 5 or 6 games together to start off this season. So when they came back, it was kind of fresh. It was kind of new once again. But those guys are getting back right. Mentally, physically. They're looking really sharp right now. So I think that's nothing but good things for them and nothing but good things for the Magic and our trajectory and where we're going from here.
It's 82 degrees at 2:58. Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
All right, we're back on Primetime. I promise you we're going to get into the pom-pom waivers in the Georgia State Legislature. I promise we're going to get into that. I'm going to finish off this Trevor Lawrence talk. Also, by the way, JJ, as you and I were looking at a clip of Old School, as you were doing some work for Hayes Carline in the Frangie Show, which, of course, comes up in about an hour here on 1010XL. Leon hasn't seen Old School, JJ.
No!
Has not seen Old School.
Leon. Have you seen the Mac? I mean, what are you talking about?
The Mac.
Thank you, that part.
The Mac?
Yeah.
How are you? I don't know what that is.
Have you seen Uptown Saturday Night?
Okay, is this a black culture versus white culture?
I'm sure whatever you're saying is good. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but don't
I'm telling
chastise
you, bro,
me.
I'm not chastising you.
I feel like you like put me in the corner like time out.
You got to go home tonight.
Hey, listen, first of all, I'm a Will Ferrell fan. So if anything,
well, then you got to see this.
I've seen Anchorman 1 and 2.
This is better.
Listen to me.
It's
Frank
better than
the Tank.
To me.
Frank the Tank.
You literally have to go home tonight and put it on.
Okay.
Maybe even at 4:30 when you slide in your couch.
It's about a guy whose girl breaks up with him, and he decides to rent out a house on a college campus, and it becomes like a frat for non-college students.
Let me ask you anything.
It's hilarious.
Here's the best way to explain it.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the 21st century Animal House is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I can appreciate that. Now, there's a movie, what's it called, Grown Ups?
Yeah.
With
this is
so much better.
Like
much better
adult.
than that. Okay.
Grown Ups is for
Grown Ups
you can watch with your kids.
It's kind of dorky.
Yeah.
Grown Ups was with Chris Rock and your guy
Adam Sandler.
That was a great movie. I absolutely loved it.
This destroys that.
And Doug Heffernan.
Yeah.
Who I love, right?
Okay, well, now I'm intrigued. I'm gonna have to go home and watch Old School, and I will give you a report tomorrow.
We're going streaking.
Old School is like 9.2, and what's that movie you just said?
Grown Ups.
Grown Ups is like a 5.8. That's how
5'8".
good. That's how good Old School.
Do you remember Andy Dick's character in Old School?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes. Of
Oh
course.
my God. Hilarious.
Okay.
That in itself,
Bro,
like the first 20 minutes of that
I'm telling
movie
you right
is-
now, you will be texting JJ and I when you start watching it. That's
Okay.
how good it is.
So if I don't laugh, y'all will be
Oh,
chastised.
you'll be laughing your ass.
You will be chastised.
Of course,
if I
but
don't
I'm not
laugh.
even worried about
Yeah,
it.
neither am I.
You'll be texting us saying, "My God, it's fantastic."
I'm gonna
man.
check it out.
Look at the text line. You're saying, Leon, you have some homework. That's your homework, man.
That's my homework.
Hey, Snoop, bring your green hat. Yeah, I love that part.
All right.
All right. So speaking of the text line, I mean, it's literally going wild here, and I knew it would like get you guys going out there. The idea of trading Trevor, which is ridiculous. It's not happening. But, it kind of dovetailed into what I wanted to talk about, which this franchise has not done. It's what it should have done to help Trevor Lawrence reach his ceiling. And now there's a new chance. Now there's new hope. Now there's this group of young guns. Maybe that's what we call them. We've been trying to find
that's good.
an appropriate word for them, right? Maybe we just call them young guns.
Another great movie.
And we play the Bon Jovi song, right?
Yeah.
Every time we start talking about Young Guns, JJ will just hit the Bon Jovi drop, which is a great song. by the way.
Which song though?
Young Guns.
Is it Young Guns? I never heard the Young Guns
Yeah,
song.
you have.
No, I have not.
Okay. When JJ plays, you're going to go, oh, yeah, I've heard this song.
Okay, man.
So maybe that's what we start calling
Yeah, I
them,
like Young Guns.
Yeah.
Because last week I said Little Rascals. That's a little.
That's demeaning.
That's a slight.
Yeah, it's also like they're not
Yeah.
they're not
I
young,
call them Liam
they're not
Rascals.
young boys, dude.
Liam Rascals. That's what I call them.
Oh, this is Blaze of Glory.
That's
Is that what
that's
it's
not
called?
it, dude.
Okay.
No, that's Young Guns. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. Sorry. Great movie though.
It's actually
Wait
called
till you get
Blaze
to
of
the chorus,
Glory.
bro.
Okay,
You'll know it.
But I like that, calling this staff Young Guns. Okay.
I think it's
We found a name for them.
I think it's apropos because you're talking about dudes that are hired guns. Let's face it, they are.
And they're young.
right.
And they're young.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a group of people that have been placed into this franchise that has been losers forever for the majority of their history.
Mm-hmm.
Turn it up, JJ. You might know.
I heard.
Okay. So it's their job now to completely turn this thing around. And
Not just Trevor, the franchise.
of course,
Okay,
yes,
all right.
yes, of course.
All right. That's what
100%.
That's what I'm looking for.
That's what it's all about, man.
And listen, I'll take the youth. I'll take the youth revolution if it means this franchise turns around from being the punching bag it's been for the last decade and a half. Absolutely.
It's I think, believe me, we see you guys. We're all laughing at you guys in the text line. Not laughing at you, laughing with you. There's a lot of like pent up anger about. And I also think like a lot of these guys are saying, no, I trade Trevor Lawrence. I think half of those guys that said they trade him, if they did right by him in these 4 years and put pieces around him, none of those guys would be saying that because you could see what he is. Like you could see in that stretch of 12 games what he was, right?
Yeah.
And then you could also see throughout the other years of, okay, that's a throw right there, man. Or okay, yeah, that's a drive. Like you can see it. But if there's so much other bad around him, we always say that the funk gets on you, man. If there's so much other bad around him and they're not putting pieces that can help him.
Yeah, just go get Matthew Stafford. Yeah, you like that? You paused a little bit, huh? Oh, you
stopped me in my tracks.
You
right there.
telling me that you wouldn't do that? You wouldn't pull the trigger on that right
would
now
not.
to this moment?
I would. What are you trying to say? Like
I'm just.
You're saying
what,
go.
then you have a quarterback for 2 years tops.
Right. So you're saying you're going to go
draft you one.
You're going to go get Matthew Stafford and then try and draft a quarterback. Is that what you're saying?
Draft a quarterback later, yeah.
So you're going to give the Rams Trevor Lawrence for Matthew Stafford and what? 2 ones?
Well, you don't have to get. What you have to move him. But I'm saying Matthew's a free agent this year, is he not?
I don't know if he is. He might be.
He might be a free agent this year, I believe. Oh, he may. If not, maybe. Listen, I'm just tooting my horn right now. All right, but when I said Matthew,
I'm just glad that you're not the GM,
paused.
okay?
You paused for a moment. I saw
right,
you
because
pause.
I was kind of like, "Are you
And that's
crazy, man?" It wasn't like I'm interested in that. No, I'm not interested at all in that. No. I just think he's
not a free agent.
He's not a
so
free
trading
agent.
him would leave a $45 million dead cap hit.
right.
For the Rams. And I'm assuming there's crazy number 2 for the Jags.
Well, and
you don't just
also
sign a quarterback for like $1 billion and then trade him the next year.
Also, you're getting like the Brandon Scherff version of quarterbacks, a guy who was once great, who's now on the down. He had a good year this past year, though, no doubt. No doubt.
I like how you want to minimize Matthew Stafford, and he was
He's Hall of Famer.
He's
Hall of Famer.
He was snowflakes away from beating the freaking Eagles in the playoffs.
You're right. He's Hall of Famer. He's first ballot Hall of Famer, I think, my opinion.
Yeah, man, I believe. Yeah, absolutely.
So I think he's fantastic. It's just like, this was 2 years ago when we brought up this argument about would you take Aaron Rodgers or Trevor Lawrence. And 2 years ago I said Aaron Rodgers because he was on those back-to-back 40 TD, 3 interception years.
How you feel about him now?
Yeah, now not so much.
The Jets just let him know today, if I'm not mistaken, JJ, that they were.
They're not bringing him back.
Yeah,
they're moving on.
Well, I think they're going to keep him on the roster to June 1st or something like that. I don't know.
They're moving on.
They're moving on.
By the way, they also didn't. Their offensive line terrible.
Oh yeah.
What they expect? What they expect was going to happen.
Yeah.
Which is kind of my point. So that's kind of like, again, I wasn't kidding around when I was saying guard last year. I was dead serious. And I know everybody thought I was kidding around and we made a joke about it. I was dead serious. Like if you're really going to be serious about putting this guy, Trevor Lawrence, in the best position to succeed, you got to protect him. And I'm so happy that the top young gun, the very top of the young guns, Liam Cohen, one of the first things he said was, it all starts with the big guys, man. Big guys.
Listen, I was a fan from when I heard that at the presser. It starts in the middle. If anything, if the Super Bowl has taught us anything from watching it a couple of days ago, is that if you get massive men, good massive men on both sides of the ball, you've got a shot.
They don't even really have massive men if you think about it. You could take good out of the equation. They don't even really have massive.
Well, they got big guys.
Do they?
Jalen Carter's 6'5", like.
No, the Jags. The Jags.
On the Jags? I think you're talking about the Eagles.
No, I'm talking about the Jags on the offensive line.
No, you don't have any disruptors. You don't have any furniture movers in the Jags.
No, that's what I'm saying. They don't even have. No. It's not even about good. It's like they're not even big.
No, you don't have any bouncers to throw you out the club. They ain't got no, you don't have any bouncers. I mean, you look at the Eagles' defensive front. Jalen Carter is mean, and I love it. He's an attitude adjuster. It's infectious. They play. Listen, everybody wants to talk about that hit to Patrick Mahomes, but that was fury. I'm guaranteed he does not like Patrick Mahomes. Those 2 hands to the face, dog. That was a straight fury, bro.
And you guys saw what I. If you guys have access to X, look up Brian Baldinger, who's a great follow on X, by the way. Okay, he was breaking down the Eagles pass rush and Nolan Smith, and I've been raving about Nolan Smith for the last week. My God, go to Brian Baldinger's X page, okay? Nolan Smith was literally hurting people in that game. Hurting people.
Listen.
He made a couple offensive linemen buckle, Leon.
Bro, I watched it. Listen, I watched the side, the 22, where Trey Smith, who's one of the top 5 free agents,
buckled,
coming out. A Maul at left guard, at right guard. He's pulling, and Nolan Smith's at the end. He's pulling full speed, too high, by the way. And Nolan Smith buckled him.
Dude, he literally bent over.
He buckled him on a counter tray. Bro, that's not supposed to happen.
No,
that's not supposed to happen. And Nolan Smith is what? How much does he weigh? He's a 50? DN linebacker.
45, 50, yeah.
No, that's not supposed to happen. Offensive lineman supposed to.
No, that's a football player's.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you offensive lineman on a counter trade like that, you're supposed to blow up linebackers. He got buckled.
And
Trey Smith is
big,
no joke.
Nasty dudes.
Yeah, you do.
Like, even though if they have short hands like Cooper Beebe. Remember that? He had short hands. Short arms. Cooper Beebe with the short arms.
I remember that.
That was the reason why he wasn't picked. He's short arms,
Yeah.
That was his big negative. Meanwhile, he was the second best. Taylor Dahl showed me this the other day. He was the second highest rated rookie offensive lineman in the NFL this season. Cooper Beebe.
Yeah, we wanted them. I wanted them. I fell in love with him because of you. I started watching film on the kid. The kid bad. Finishes blocks, goes to the next level, wants to punish you. I said, we need that kind of attitude on our offensive line. You bring that kid here, and he gets into practice. That's what I mean by infectious. When you bring in guys like that who like to punish you, who love to compete and be physical, that just filters into your offensive line.
JJ, did Udinski say anything about the offensive line? I don't have the sheet here with me, the call sheet here. Did he say anything about the offensive line today and how important it is? Because the fact that Liam Cohen said it is fantastic. I like the fact that you've got a young staff that thinks that way. Because typically, that's kind of an old school thought of it's all about the offensive line. With the younger guys, all they want to do is throw it vertically, and you know what? We'll figure out a way to protect, but we got to get it downfield. Mm-hmm. I love the fact that Liam Cohen's idea of a successful football team begins on the line of scrimmage, because that's where football's won. I don't care what level you're talking about, Pop Warner, high school, college, pro. It's won by the big dudes up front.
So he was asked how important it is to develop the run.
Let's hear that.
Yeah, we'll be multiple, and we want to be a complete offense in the sense that we have the ability to attack defenses in a variety of ways, whether that is in the run game or the pass game or screen game, whatever that may be. You need to kind of have all the tools in the bag and then find the way to make those players, or take those tools and fit them to the players that you have. So it comes down to how can we take what our guys execute well, and put those players in the best position for success. So the run game is a piece of that, without a doubt, because we never want to become one-dimensional. We always want to be dictating, and having the ability to run the ball and run on our terms and be attacking, like I talked about earlier, kind of is predicated on the ability to do that down in and down out.
All right, see, here's the problem I have. I have like this squirrel mentality. Other people call it ADHD. It's like squirrel. As soon as he said screen game, that was it for me, man. Mm-hmm. Screen. They're actually going to run a screen? We're going to see a screen?
They're legal here. You know they're legal in the NFL.
Are we really going to see a screen?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not talking about a little quick perimeter throw they did.
No, he's not talking those
or like a little tunnel screen. I'm talking about a screen.
He's not talking those little bubble screens that you try to. He's talking about actually pass setting and offensive linemen pulling on corners and safeties and getting downfield.
And get a 335-pound guard downfield.
Getting moving. A three-man screen. It can be a three-man screen where the center and the two guards pulling. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely.
Did he really say screen game? He did say screen game. I wasn't hearing that, right?
I appreciate that. And you got to also remember this, too, that we're prisoners of the moment, and the NFL is a copycat league, and the way the Eagles did it this whole season is not – I keep reflecting on it. It's 90s football, bro.
Oh,
big linemen.
Yeah.
Four-man fronts, run the ball.
Big running back.
Yes, big running backs, four-man front. Now, we didn't
They used to lead block a couple times, too, in that game.
Now, of course, we didn't have RPOs back then, anything like that. We had something called a fullback, which do they even exist anymore?
That's what I'm saying. They used to lead block fullback in that game, like 3 or 4 different plays.
Yeah, so, it's a copycat league, and I believe there might be a lot more teams since the Eagles have had the success of what they're doing with running the football effectively and stuff like that. You'll probably see a rash of, I wouldn't be surprised, a rash of O-line, D-line, and go in the draft.
Early.
Yeah. Because you remember when KC was lighting up, when they were going vertical and lighting up, how many receivers went like it? Everybody was trying to get
Everything
receivers.
was receivers.
This is a bad receiver draft, and this is a really good defensive line draft. I saw McShay say yesterday that out of the top 45 picks, he thinks there's going to be 20 defensive
I saw him say that too.
20 out of 45?
He said out of the top 45
to 50.
Edge and tackle.
He said legitimately 20.
Edge and tackle.
Legitimately 20.
20.
That's what he said.
So if he thinks there's 20 going in the first 45, there's going to be 8 to 10 in the first round? Is that right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Could be.
Wow.
I hope we get one.
You want that. You want Mason Grant at 5, don't you?
Of course I do. Yes. Or, Graham or Grant. Well, Grant's going to be late, either late. If Grant falls to second round, 36. I mean, Grant's a bad too. Graham and Grant listen, me and Coach Campo watched them. We were watching. Me and Coach was watching. We say, listen, we'll take them two right now on the team.
So you're doing the inverse of my guard. You're going DT.
Well, we need to be able to stop the run. You said you protect and affect.
Yeah.
Well, those two will affect. I'll take it all day.
They will affect with the two edges you've got. Yeah.
They would definitely complement them.
I don't disagree with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we need to go to break. I'm going to come back. I want to talk about this lunacy in the Georgia State Legislature. They're trying to pass a bill to give players who make NIL earnings tax-exempt status. Like, we're not giving players everything right now. We're going to go ahead and give them that, too. Come back on the other side. We'll talk about it. XLP.
Bringing you Jaguars players, coaches, and breaking news year-round.
We got to go back to our fundamentals.
On the home of the Jaguars.
Work on three.
1010XL.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Give a unique gift this Valentine's Day to that special person in your life with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jax Beach.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
If you need a good idea for a great Valentine's gift, try 1010XL's Sweetheart Suggestions from
Kuhn Flowers and Wick, a candle bar.
Happy Valentine's Day. Find everything you need to know at 1010XL.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Hey, poker players, get ready for a month packed with big winnings at Best Bet in Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. On select dates, win $300 every 15 minutes on our fast action table games. Make a royal flush in hearts and win $5,000 on Valentine's Day. And there's 24-karat gold day in Jacksonville on February 28th. It's all happening this month at Best Bet. For all the details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Visit Monahan Jewelers now through Valentine's Day for savings on all GIA certified diamonds and discounts store-wide up to 40% off and interest-free financing on all purchases. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. Monahan's has it all. We're not a chain store. We're your local family jeweler since 1977 with a world-class inventory of fine jewelry and diamonds and gemstones available in any size. Support your local family jeweler now through Valentine's with huge savings in our inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, what's the matter?
I don't know about this air conditioner, Jason.
You know, my job is actually to...
I mean, 1 minute it's working, and the next minute it's not working. Every time I leave the house, I don't know if I'm coming back to a nice, cool oasis or a steaming cesspool of sweaty garbage fumes and dog farts, and then I'll never get to sleep. And I'll be too late to call someone. And what if I've got a big meeting the next morning and I haven't slept a wink?
Okay, dude. Stay cool. Or at least stay cooler.
But
Bueller Air and Plumbing can figure out why your AC only works sometimes and not all the time. We fix that kind of stuff every day.
You mean you can...
Life moves pretty fast. If you spend all your time worrying about an air conditioner that can totally be fixed, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the 2024 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards. And it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Prosser here, still telling you about Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Lifetime Enclosures is keeping the sale going into February. Enclosures starting at only $89 a month, and if you get a complete enclosure done, you get free flooring. If you just need flooring, Lifetime Flooring is running a buy one room, get the second room free. Now offering floor coating for that garage or patio deck too. Give them a call or visit their showrooms just off Phillips Highway. Proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Joe C. for Blossman Gas. They've been providing hometown service in the comforts of propane to home and businesses since 1951. Imagine movie night spent around glowing gas fireplace logs, cookouts in the backyard with your propane grill, or laundry done faster with your gas dryer. Blossman has a wide variety of gas appliances to fit your needs. Propane delivery, gas appliances, and a full-service team. Blossman Gas is your local company for everything propane. Blossman Gas, log on, blossmangas.com, and check out the Blossman difference.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
This is kind of a little love music. Big day tomorrow. Big day tomorrow.
He doesn't recognize Tupac, Leon.
I know, bro.
Tupac's all about
so
love.
sad.
Yeah.
Tupac's all about love, man.
True.
What do you mean?
This song ain't about love, bro. It's all eyes on me.
Yeah,
It's self-love.
Self-love, yeah, that part.
For some people tomorrow, it's all about self-love.
Yes.
So, big day tomorrow, Valentine's Day. We got a giveaway, right, JJ?
We do. So, like Matt said, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So I'm giving you something to give to your significant other. I have a $25 gift card to Flowers of Jacksonville. This is part of 1010XL's Valentine's Day gift guide. You can visit 1010XL.com for more great gift ideas. Also, the winner will be entered into a contest with a chance to win $1,000 from Beard's Diamonds at the Town Center. So be caller number 4 right now at 641-1010, and I'll hook you up.
$1,000.
You go get a ring.
Nice.
A chance to win $1,000 from Beard's Diamonds.
Chance to win $1,000. I mean, if you were
would you spend it on yourself?
I was going to say, if you're a college football player in the state of Georgia, you wouldn't have to pay state tax on that either. So.
Yeah, buy myself a nice little chain, maybe a Jesus piece.
Yes, of course. Why not? Yes.
My girl has got enough jewelry.
No, see, that's your problem right there. That's your problem right there.
Of course I would spend it on her.
They never have enough jewelry. That's the problem, okay? It's a good thing, but that's the problem you thinking that is what I'm saying. So
Yes,
I want to make that very clear, all right? Okay, I wanted to get into this because I thought this was just absolutely, willful stupidity is what it is, okay? At the end of the day, that's what this is. The state of Georgia, state legislators, a couple of legislators in the state of Georgia have proposed a bill to eliminate the 5.49%, so 5.5% sales tax on state sales tax on players' NIL income. Eliminate it. So in other words, if you make $1 million on an NIL deal, you do not get taxed 5.5% on it, and the state does not get their 5.5%, which is $5,000, $55,000, right?
If
no,
it's
$1 million. No,
it's $1 million. It's 54 grand.
Yeah.
54 grand, bro.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bread. Yeah.
So here's my problem with all of this, all right? And I think this is, let me take you back to 2001. Let's go all the way back to 2001 when the idea of NIL first hit and the states of Florida and California decided they were doing it. They were going full bore on NIL. The NCAA had not made a decision yet, but the states of Florida and California said, we are going to allow student athletes to earn off their name, image, and likeness. And once the states of Florida and California did it, then everyone else in college football, the states, realized that's a competitive disadvantage because that would mean that Florida State, Miami, UCF, USF, UCLA, USC, Cal, Stanford, they would all be able to offer recruits NIL deals while the other states could not. So everybody joined in, and the NCAA could do nothing about it. All the states joined in, and then that was basically the beginning of the end for the NCAA. That's when the NCAA lost complete control. So now here we are, 4 years later, And the state of Georgia, the legislature there sees, okay, well, the state of Florida, guess what? They don't have state sales tax. And Tennessee doesn't have state sales tax, which means Tennessee and Vanderbilt and Florida and the SEC, guess what? That's a different offer. That's, hey, you're going to get $1 million, where if you go to Georgia, you're going to get $945,000. Okay?
Yeah.
So my thing with this is what we're doing right now, and Leon, you have talked about this because you are a former college football All-American, obviously, and you have got on a soapbox and railed about this probably more than I have. We're at the point now where there is zero accountability for players at this point as they come out of high school. I'm all for players earning off their name, image, and likeness. I'm all for players getting a piece of the media rights pie, okay? Free movement, I'm not so in favor of, but it is what it is. And until you figure out some guardrails on how to deal with contracts and eliminate or at least slow player movement, it's going to be here. But I got to draw a line here. This is where I got to draw a line. And it's a small little line, and it doesn't really make sense if it's only 5.5%. It does because it's the principle right now. It's the principle. It's what we're teaching these kids, Leon.
Yeah.
We're teaching these young dudes. I call them kids. We're teaching these young dudes that because they're better than anyone else in a sport, we're just going to pass you through. You're not going to have to worry about dealing with life, dealing with obstacles that everyone else deals with. We're just going to continue to pay you, play sports, and then go. And then you get out and you go play in the NFL. The problem is 98.4% of college players don't play in the NFL. So you're pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed along and given money, and given everything you could possibly want. And real quick, let me tell you what. A high school graduate, as they go to a college football team, this is a partial list of what they get when they walk through the door, okay? A fully funded scholarship, including room and board, and tuition and books, health insurance, dental insurance, disability insurance in case of a career-ending injury, elite training and development from the top coaches and sports nutritionists in the nation, full-time on-demand academic tutoring, a competitive salary beginning July 1 with the new pay-for-play, guaranteed NIL deals, free movement from school to school. And now the legislature in the state of Georgia is going to say, yeah, we're just going to throw on that extra $50,000. We don't need it.
Well, you if you don't think this is bulldog driven, you come on, Matt Hayes.
Of course it is because 5 days later, Alabama state legislature did the same thing.
Absolutely.
And soon enough, there'll be everybody else doing the same thing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But we're missing the larger point. You're not giving the players. You're taking away from them. You're taking away their ability to realize that life sucks sometimes, and you got to deal with it. They don't have to deal with any kind of adversity. None.
Listen, no, they have to go. Yeah, they have to go through some adversity, bro.
What's the adversity they go through? 2 days? 2 days no longer.
Well, I'm just saying that you've got to perform at a high level in order to sustain the money that you're getting, bro. You work. I mean, I worked at Miami from 6 to 10 every day, including study hall and all that other kind of stuff. So I mean, it's rigorous what you're going through. But now,
of course it is, but you're a young dude.
I'm a young dude, but I'm working classes, weight room, film room, practice, conditioning, more lifting.
Getting paid a lot of money for it too.
I wasn't.
You weren't, but you're different. I'm talking about right now.
Yeah,
right now.
Yeah, listen, they're no longer college kids, bro. They're professionals now. They're 18-year-old kids are professional athletes right now, and they're going to be treated as such. And the days they've got to come, which is unfortunate that they got to come in from high school, and they got to be a professional athlete now.
Listen, none of us pay state income tax here.
I know, but my point is,
who cares?
We are
taxation's theft. Let's be real. Come on.
I'm not disagreeing with you there. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
but it's
how many states don't even have income tax?
5.
That's a good amount. Okay.
5. Now there's only 5, believe it or not. My point is, I don't think we're preparing these guys. I don't think they get it that 98.4% of them are not playing in the NFL. Okay? So this is what I say all the time, bro. Let me see what you think about this, okay?
Kids think they're bulletproof.
I know that. You're exactly right. 100% you're exactly right. But my point is, and I've said this over and over, man, is college is not as much about going to class and getting grades. It's just as much about getting away from your parents for 4 years and proving you can live on your own.
Living by yourself, working with other people in
That's
class.
so much greater than
going to class, like having a schedule and being able to have a job.
Listen to me. I mean,
freedom.
It's it's dealing with not only living on your own, but the reality of the freedom you have. You have to budget. You have to budget your time. You have to do your laundry. You have to cook. You have to prove you can be a functioning member of society away from your family. That, as much as anything, is so much greater than whatever you're going to learn in a book, man.
Sometimes dysfunctionally in college.
Yes, no doubt. Yeah. But my point is, when you do this for players, when you give them every possible advantage, you're taking away that, you're eliminating that possibility for an obstacle or adversity from their life.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And then they get out of college football, and if they're one of the 98.4%, they're screwed. If they're one of the 1.6 that make it to the NFL, good for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you totally. And you got to also factor in that, listen, now the NIL is now a part of these kids' life. In high school, going to college, bro, the family's going to be involved.
Of course.
The money, the family is going to be one. You got to take care of the family. Then you have other people. Then you got so-called advisors who have their own interests, have their own agendas. And you got to worry about them squandering your money and putting you in bad investments. And then you got your family pulling at you here, taking care of this and that or whatever. So now you've included the social aspect. The days of freedom are over, bro. A kid being able to. No, it's not all kids because not all of them are getting paid.
Young dudes.
Let's
not call them kids because they're not kids.
No, they're not
dudes.
kids. Well, Yeah,
to us, they're kids, but
they're
young
kids,
dudes.
Yeah, they're young dudes. They're young dudes. Yeah, all that's got to be factored in now.
So this is the problem I get is we're not preparing them, okay, for the reality of what's going to hit them. That's number one, and it starts way back, junior high, high school, and everybody's at fault. It's not just these idiot legislators in the state of Georgia. It's parents. It's guidance counselors in high school. It's high school coaches. It's college coaches. It's everywhere you look. It's how can we make life easier for them? And I don't who wants life to be? Life is not easy. Okay, why would you want someone to tell you life's easy, and then all of a sudden, boom, it stops, and then all right, go figure it out. What do you mean go figure it out? For 24 years, you told me it's easy. Now I'm going to go figure it out. Now I'm going to deal with life, the reality of life. That's kind of my point with it.
Sacrificial
we're not,
lamb.
Yes, we're not setting these guys up for success, man. It's not unlike Trevor Lawrence with the. I mean, you can't draft Trevor Lawrence and not put guys around and say, "Hey, go throw 30 touchdowns and 6 interceptions." Okay, behind that offensive line and with limited talent around him, you're going to ask him to do that?
Yeah, it's going to be tough on these kids. But we always hear about the success stories. Never hear a lot about the unsuccessful stories.
Right,
and that's patterned. That's patterned on purpose, because the NFL or college football doesn't. They're going to only show you. They're going to show you the success stories. They're going to show you the guys who made it in the draft and all that. But that's a very small percentage of them. The unsuccessful stories are the ones you need to go look at, because for every kid that gets drafted, there's a kid sitting at home.
It's more than 1 for 1.
Yeah, it's
1 to 98.
It's
bro.
like one to 100.
Yeah,
for every kid. Just think about that. For every kid that you see drafted, there's about 100 kids
that aren't.
There aren't. So just collectively think about that.
And then you made a point in the pre-show meeting, and I know we need to get to a break here, JJ. Hang on. Leon made a great point. Is these kids now in college? Now their idea isn't sure they want to play in the NFL, but if they don't. If it doesn't look like it's going to happen or it may not happen, you're still making a lot of money in college. So if you're smart and you sock that away, you can figure it out. You can have a few years to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean,
but if you're not smart and you don't sock it away, which a lot of them don't do.
Yeah, right. I mean, if you make the money in college, you can have a nice little storehouse of money.
Right.
So if you don't make it to the NFL, maybe you start your own business or buy you some land, something like that. Something where that's comparable to you starting your own life. But most of them don't do that. They think now, they don't think long term.
Here's another thing too that's annoying me is you're making all this money, you're getting paid to play now, you're getting NIL money, okay? You're getting all this stuff that I mentioned earlier, and you can't take criticism on social media? You can't deal with a fan saying, man, you blew that kick. And guess what? You get paid, man. You get paid to play the game now. Before, when you were just an amateur, then it wasn't fair game. Now it's fair game. Just like it's fair game for all the NFL players, too.
And it's coming.
You better believe it's coming, man.
Now.
Yes. All right. Let's go to break. We'll come back. One segment to go. It's XLP.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice. Watch the roulette wheel spin and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star. Sip cocktails that shimmer. Then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa. Located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
When it's time for new tires, you can count on Big Chief Tire for quality and value. Frank Franchi here. Their expert team will help you quickly find the right fit, ensuring a safe, comfortable ride. With quality options, fair prices, and quick installation, you'll be back on the road in no time. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today to schedule your appointment and roll into 2025 with great confidence. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Mike Dempsey here. Look, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Boots, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 13, 1990, Larry Bird of the Boston Celtics ended his NBA free throw streak of 71 games as he missed his fourth attempt in a game against the Houston Rockets.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
3D Digital has you covered for any of your business's digital marketing needs. From producing award-winning videos to getting those digital ads to follow your customers around the internet, our team has your back. Visit 3ddigital.com or give us a call at 904-712-4004 to schedule a free consultation today. 904-712-4004.
Love is in the air this February, but nothing kills the mood like a plumbing or HVAC problem. Whether it's a leaky pipe, a backed-up septic tank, or your heater isn't keeping things cozy, don't worry. We've got you covered. Call Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Our expert team is here to keep your home running smooth, no matter the issue. When you're stuck, call the Duck, 904-862-6769, or online at duckduckrooter.com.
Transform your bathroom with stunning shower glass from Sky Glass Solutions in Jacksonville Beach. For a free quote, call 904-608-5151 or visit skyglasssolutions.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, you have told us about the importance of cutting a diamond properly and about color and weight. But how do you judge the clarity of a diamond?
Frank, that's a good question that has a very specific answer. Diamonds are graded at 10-power magnification using a binocular microscope. But when you're shopping for diamonds, a lot of times a sales clerk will just hand you a magnifying glass called a jeweler's loupe and have you look into the diamond. While an expert knows how to do this, it's kind of tough on a novice because they don't know how to create the same dark field illumination that a binocular microscope gives. As a result, the customer may or may not be able to see anything. That's why at Underwoods, we set the clarity grade of a diamond with a binocular microscope. We have these instruments in every store and invite our customers to examine diamond underneath them. We can show you the microscopic inclusions that affect the rarity and value of a diamond. So if you're shopping for fine quality diamonds and want the facts, come see us at Underwoods.
That's Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Hey, this is Bert Cannon with the First Coast YMCA. Youth sports at the Y can help nurture your future athlete's potential and experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, elite skills training, and more. Best of all, participation in Legacy Youth Sports League is free with your family membership. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
Frank Frangie here. When you're inside the Kuhn Flowers showroom, you'll find a wide array of gift ideas that will take care of any gift-giving situation. Spend a few minutes there and you'll see for yourself. That's Kuhn Flowers on Beach Boulevard.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555, Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, my takeaway is that we give to Trevor. We give, and we give some more. How much more do we have to give? We got to see more consistency out of 16. All right? He asked for a line. No, okay, we ain't giving no line. But we've given him stuff to play with. I mean, his
not enough.
His crib is littered with toys. Okay. When are we gonna stop pampering him, babying him, and start seeing a grown man play out there? Matt Hayes.
That's your takeaway?
Yes.
All right, my takeaway is going to be 100.
How much do we have to give?
180 degrees of that is my takeaway.
How much do we have to give?
My takeaway is the fact that this season even sideways about this dopey social media, post about that the Steelers reached out to the Jaguars. The fact that we're even there should underscore to everyone that, okay, it's time to get serious about helping this guy. It's time to get serious about doing everything they can to help this guy reach his ceiling. And I think that's what they're going to do. I think that's what those young guys are going to do. The whole idea of fresh eyes, fresh ideas of what you want to do schematically, offensively, bringing that offense into, the 2020s of the NFL instead of it being in the 2000s of the NFL. Yeah, I think, look, this is the shot you got to take. You can't, if you're spending $275 million on a guy, it's fiscally reckless to not do this, to not do everything you can to help him. And I think that's what they're doing right now. They were pushed into this situation, which interestingly enough, Leon, when you hire Doug Peterson, clearly he was a Super Bowl winning coach, but there was one gigantic red flag with Doug Peterson. It was the whole Press Taylor stuff.
I give you
that. It was the whole problem with the Eagles was Press Taylor. So what happens? He brings Press Taylor with him. So wouldn't that eventually be a problem again?
Yeah, I didn't like the uncertainty of week in and week out, him not saying who's calling plays. That was a little bit frustrating. I just wish he would have came out and just say, listen, I'm making the play call and I'm doing whatever. But this seesaw and back and forth of mystery.
We don't know the dynamic between those two.
Yeah,
we have no idea, right? No. They could be best friends. They could be guys that are just doing it just to survive in the NFL. But, man, it blew up once. What makes you think it's not going to blow up again? So you took a chance there. So that's why I don't really think that these young guns are a chance. I don't think they're taking a chance. I think it's, look, we've tried everything else. And so now you've got, like I said, you've got fresh eyes on it. You've got fresh ideas. Let's see where this offense moves into where the NFL should be, and let's see where the Jaguars should be, among the NFL and the offenses, and if Trevor follows suit, and if he becomes a guy you can build a team around, if they can help him a little bit. And speaking of like helping quarterbacks and quarterbacks rising and falling. Leon, you saw something that's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I saw something disturbing because I remember watching right before the Super Bowl, they had the top quarterbacks of all time, right? And, of course, they had Tom Brady at 1 and Patrick Mahomes at 2. And the conversation was, if Patrick Mahomes wins 3 in a row, do they exchange?
Yeah, I was the idiot who said that too, by the way.
Yeah. So, well, I go back on the same page.
Right.
And I look at the same ranking, top quarterbacks of all time.
Week later,
after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes has tumbled. He's tumbled from 2. So now the ranking has Tom Brady 1. It has Joe Montana 2. Peyton Manning 3. And Patrick Mahomes 4.
Peyton Manning at 3.
At 3, yes. So, I mean, this was just a week earlier. I saw the
Wait, you're saying Peyton Manning's at 3 and Pat Mahomes at 4 is what you're saying?
Patrick has tumbled. The power rankings have come out, and he's tumbled a few spots.
Are we that much prisoners of the moment?
We are, bro. We are.
Does Pat already have more Super Bowl victories than Peyton? Pat has 3, right?
Yeah, he does.
Peyton had 2, and Peyton one was with he was terrible in that Super Bowl. He was really carried by the defense, by the Broncos all season. I think Peyton's a great player and everything, but we're such prisoners of the moment, man.
Yeah.
Like, to drop him to 4 after 1 game is crazy, man.
Well, not only, I mean, come on. Peyton is a great player, Hall of Famer.
One of the best quarterbacks ever.
Yes, of course. Yes. He's not Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Come on.
Not even, no, he's not Patrick Mahomes. I was going to say not even close, but Peyton was a bad boy when he played. But
he was.
Peyton's prime, bro?
Yeah,
I'll take
legit.
Peyton's prime over Brady's prime.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I know people don't want to hear that. But
would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You would take Peyton. Now I'm looking at Leon now. You would take Peyton in his prime over Brady in his prime.
Brady's prime was
later in his career.
Yeah, Peyton.
Okay. Whenever it was.
Yeah.
I'm still taking Brady.
I would say it was probably like the Randy Moss era.
Bro, do you not remember Tom Brady?
I remember Tom Brady, but I remember Omaha too. Peyton Manning was legit, bro. I used to call him the
all
surgeon.
those Patriot games, no matter who they were playing, it was always, man, you left him too much time, and it could have been 30 seconds, and it was too much time.
You got to remember you got to remember that the Patriots had phenomenal defenses early on in Tom Brady's career, bro.
Okay.
And they were costly.
Once they start going 4 and 5 wide, start doing a version of the run and shoot, he was ridiculous good.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
You'd still take Peyton Manning over him in his prime?
I ain't stutter. Yes, I'm taking the sheriff.
You too, JJ?
Oh, yeah. I was always a Peyton.
Yes, the sheriff.
There was a few years there where I feel like Peyton was better than Brady, for sure.
Wow.
Hot take 15 years later, I know.
Maybe I'm alone in this. I know there's one guy who could probably clear this up for us, but I have no idea.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
All right, Carlin, we just saw a squirrel run by, so we're talking about this. So I want to get your thoughts on this subject because, it's short attention span theater here.
Yeah.
Baby.
I'm anti-squirrel.
Yeah. So am I, but I just get so distracted all the time. So JJ and Leon have just declared that they would take, in their primes, Peyton Manning in his prime over Tom Brady in his prime. Your thoughts?
I will say if you flipped it, if you put Tom Brady on the Colts and Peyton Manning on the Patriots,
right?
The Patriots would have won more with Peyton Manning. I fully believe that.
Wow.
Boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mic drop.
Knew I could trust.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and obviously they're both exquisite players. But I do think that Manning particularly early on, did not really have great infrastructure around him. They got better towards, the middle part and second half of his career in Indy. But yeah, with that defense, he never had anything close to what Brady had, in terms of defensive support. So yeah, I think you could make an argument. Again, I think Brady is the greatest to ever do it. I'm not,
No
but I
argument
do think you have to, and it's a fun conversation because environments play way more of a role in a player's success in the NFL than a lot of times we acknowledge. And that's an instance where I do think if you'd put Peyton Manning on the Patriots in 2000, I think they would have won absolutely. I guarantee you they wouldn't have had a decade of not winning it, which is what they had with Brady. They won a bunch, but they had about a decade.
All right, I'm intrigued by this, okay?
Yeah.
Are there any other quarterbacks that you say you put on the Patriots? They had won more than Brady?
No. Well, I mean, the only one that I would kind of give some thought to would be Breeze, but I don't think Breeze would have won more. Peyton's the only one. Peyton really, I think in terms of the cerebral nature of the game,
right?
I think he's about as good as you'll ever see in this league. And again, and
what about Rivers?
Peyton Manning to me in Indianapolis was a little bit like DeGrom in baseball, where it's like he just got let down a lot by his defense. Like, right. I mean, it's Brady never had to worry about that. Brady scored 21 points. He was probably going to win the game,
right.
Particularly his first 7 years in New England. And, Peyton had to score 34 points to have any chance of winning usually. So, yeah, I think it can at least be debated.
What if you threw Rex Grossman on there? Sexy Rexy. How many?
I think Bill Belichick would have been out of the NFL in 2003 if Rex Grossman had been his quarterback.
All right, what do you got going on?
We're going to dive into all that, obviously, and we'll obviously it's a lot going on with the Jaguars today. They introduced their two new coordinators. Heath Farwell also spoke, the special teams coordinator, but really the day was about hearing from Grant Udinski and Anthony Campanile. So. We'll get into all that. We'll talk a little Gators, a little Knowles. So a lot of fun stuff coming up on the Frangie Show.
All right, brother. Thanks.
Says
Carline. Frangie Show coming up. Got Malou after that. Hacker after that. It's a full night, as always, here on the Superstation. All right, Joe C. is doing the Genesis today on international TV for the PGA Tour. So listen to that. Leon, we'll come back tomorrow with our coach, Dave Campo, and Cleo Lemon. It's going to be a Football Friday tomorrow. JJ, appreciate it. See y'all tomorrow.
Everyone wants to doubt Jacksonville. Never doubt Jacksonville.
This time I got it right, okay?
Follow the JU Dolphins on 1010XL.
The Dolphins splash down in Arkansas against the Bears. JU Central Arkansas, tonight at 7:30.